All right. Let me know. No worries. Let me know when you can see me. Let me know when you can see me. Don't worry, I know them in the big mode. I'll make myself small in a moment. But I just want you guys to let me know when you see me so I can do a proper introduction to this live stream. Yeah. We are doing a bigger one today. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna just make this a bit lower. I made myself. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Don't worry. I know that you can't see chat, but we're gonna do the intro and then we're gonna get into it. Right? So, okay. Sup shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP live streams where today I'm trying to do a dedicated introduction to a review. Basically, we're going to be reviewing the live stream from Zhang Yu-sheng, Karaok, Taipei, Me. This is going to be a 2.5-hour live stream today because it is a longer album. I was initially going to do this in 2 parts and then I realized, no, that's dumb. Just do it in one, make it good, keep the energy levels up and we'll be fine. And if we switch over to here, we should have everyone on the screen now. I'm just going to put this up a little bit, get it up now. Here we go. So if there's any top chats or whatever, it'll be fine. Yeah, this is basically us for the next 2.5 hours. Who do we have in the chat? Mayor of Yonghua City, I think, if I'm not mistaken, LC and Blue Dinner Box. More people may come as we go along. Let me know if the auto captions are okay. I don't have translations for these. Zhang Yu-sheng 1904 album. Yeah, it's a very, very hang on, let me just open this up. Oh man, come on, dude. Yeah, so basically I'm gonna have to. I don't have lyrics, no. So basically I haven't been able to find lyrics, so I won't know what these tracks are about. Which is frustrating, I know, but at the same time, we will be figuring this out as we go along. I have going to open up a separate window here. Well, no, there's no point because I don't have DeepL. Basically, I've got the tracks off-site. I've got the tracks because basically I've looked for the lyrics, but they don't exist. I can't find English translations for them at all. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm at least going to translate the titles. So if we put this over here and we go into here and then we move this one and then we put the titles down the bottom, we should be fine, I think. We only need that there. Put this down. Yeah, we're doing well. And then we put this here. Yeah, if you guys could just let me know the general topics of the tracks, that'd be good. It's not that I'm too lazy. I've literally looked for the tracks online. It's very difficult to find descriptions for them, basically, is what I'm trying to communicate here. But yeah, basically that's the dealio. So we have wow, it's here. So we have the track listings here. The first track apparently is titled How Much I Wanted To. So we're going to listen through each of these tracks from start till finish. We're going to hear what we think. I'll just check the chat before we get into it. I like this album too. I'm glad that you like this album too, Jimmy Son. I'm grateful for that. And Blue Dinner Box, that's totally fine. Everyone's got lives to live. It is actually a long weekend here in New Zealand, so after this I'll have 2 days off, which will be quite nice. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend so far. And yeah, thank you, Elsie. I appreciate that. So the first track, How Much I Wanted To. Yeah, just if you can let me know what the tracks mean, I'll basically do everything else. But let's go. Let's do it. I'm not missing anything here. We're good. Let's do it. How Much I Wanted To. Put lyrics up for you guys. Here we are. Let's get into it. Zhang Yu-sheng, Mr. Killer K. Kind of psychedelic sounding, isn't it? Kind of Vi-ish with the guitar tones. It's a little bit more upbeat than I was expecting. I'm not sure why that is though. Ah, thank you. Cool. I mean, like, this is not lyrics. This isn't the lyrics. Just the description. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that makes things, Oh no. We're gonna continue, okay? You've got, so these aren't the lyrics then, this is just the description of the track. Thank you, I appreciate that. So you guys can read through it. I mean, I can't read it, I don't understand what it says, but you guys can help me if you like. Or you can help yourselves. But I love the combination of guitar, bass, drums here. Okay, it's got a sense of innocence to it with the tone of the guitars and vocals. Use the hand drums as an alternate percussive layer is good. Great to have an alternate lead voicing with the guitars here. Mirroring. Oh. What are the urit sounds? They're an unusual tone. I don't think I've heard those before. It's kind of cool that we're getting new instruments off the bat. Like, is that Zhang himself playing the different instruments here? How experimental is this album? How wild is this journey we're about to go on here? Shred's tremendous though. I mean, like, with some interesting melodic ideas, a lot of the focus, I think, is mostly on the intricacy of the actual layering of the instruments within the arrangement, coupled with the range that Zhang Yu-sheng is showing on the mic. I think it's tremendous. I know there's some longer pieces in here, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with those. Great drum fill. It's great to have each of the instruments have their own little sort of solo section, kind of highlights the various things you're going to hear. He was thumping on that bass guitar then. How much of this is Zhang playing? How much of it is he written? Like, what is the proportion? Because apparently Mr. K is his mixing engineer, which is dope. That's fantastic. That's a great time. How much is Mr. Killer K doing? Is Mr. Killer K featured here? Mr. Killer K... So Mr. Killer K is predominantly featured within just this album themselves. I think that they're a great pairing. It may seem strange in this kind of music. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure what kind of music this is. Is it classic rock? Is it pop from the early 90s? How would you guys describe this genre of music? I'm still kind of undecided on it. Nonetheless, I think it's a fantastic use of that 5.5 minutes with lots of various little solo sections from the instruments within the arrangement. The performance was intricate and varied, and there was great development compositionally. And I think that Zhang Yu-sheng remained the star of the show without overstaying his welcome. I think it was great, and even without understanding what the story is about, I'm nonetheless very, very happy with it. So it's a great first start with the track How Much I Wanted To, if I understand it correctly. So that's cool. Yeah, so I'll put that down. How Much I Wanted To is basically the track that is saying. Jimmy Sun says, is he Zhang Yu-sheng's recording engineer? As I understand it, I believe that may be the case. They may also be the producer, but then Mayor of Yonghua City, as I understand, is saying just mixing. So I'm going to let you guys figure that out. Either way, I think it's a good collaboration so far. I'm keen to hear through track number 2. A gentle reminder that although we are not looking at lyrics, it is only because of the fact I have tried to find lyrics. They don't have English translations of these songs on the internet. They did for one of his bigger albums, the previous one we looked at, but they don't have ones for this. So I apologize for any inconvenience there. I have legitimately tried to search for those. But what is this next one called? This one is titled Animal's Lament, featuring Mark. So let us continue with track number 2. We'll just let this one play out. That thumping was insane, dude, at the end, though. What incredible thumping. It's great. Got more description, I suppose. I think this is more description, eh? A brass. It's a nice touch. Animal's Lament, track number 2. Yeah, here's an interesting way of approaching his vibratos going into the next section. It's like he hesitates and then raises anyways. The piano, guitar, and drums here are behaving very well together. It's fairly palatable and pleasant to listen to. Oh, switch. Really peppy bass line there, great accents. The glissando and the keys going between the sections is a classy move. The backing vocals are fantastic as well. There's some ladies singing in the background there, harmonizing really nicely with what Zhang Yu-sheng's doing here. Hey, great switch to the brass on the sides, very used to the stereo field. What I want to say before we continue is that I'm really appreciating these little intricacies, like with the hi-hat 8th and 16th note ghost notes there, the little quiet hits and normal ones. The bass line, bum. There's lots of little fancy things going on with the various instruments within the mix. They're filling their roles, covering the fundamentals of keeping the track moving forward. But at the same time, they're showing off in a way that's classy, and I really appreciate it, without taking away from the story that Zhang Yu-sheng is putting forward. Who's Mark? Because Mark is in this. Do you guys know who Mark is? Mark. Great vocal fry from Zhang there. Swing. Car engines. Can we pause and talk about what that was? As someone who's not aware of what the story is talking about, like I know that, I think Jimmy Sun said earlier, Mayor of Yonghua City mentioned earlier that the song is for stray animals, but I'm also trying to figure out why we had a car crash, people talking on the radio, we had, like, good swallow guitars there. The engineering on this is fantastic. I like how things are panned. It's, ooh, that fill. Yep, charming. Fantastic effort. Yeah, it's great to have a pause here. So, it's so lovingly textured and written. There's so many exquisite little details within it. And I think in addition to that, you just have this really cheery, just upbeat sort of like vibe to it. The album art, right? The album art looks incredibly severe. But then you hear the brass, the keys, the guitar solos, the bass. By the way, I did hear that guitar playing. I mean, I know that Zhang Yu-sheng can shred, but still. Damn, man, the jazzy influences, as Jimmy Sun spoke about, some jazz feeling there. Absolutely. Oh, it's wonderful, dude. It's great. I'm glad that you guys recommended this because I have been wanting to review Zhang Yu-sheng for a couple of months. And I'm glad that we're finally doing that. Just quickly going back to chat. Mark is also his recording engineer, I thought. Oh, okay, Jimmy Sun, thank you very much for telling me that. That's good to know. And we got Mayor of Yonghua City says, because Tom sees two dogs. Oh, so did he see them get hit by a car, so he wrote the song? Well, I think that's it's been lovely to it's actually a really interesting thing to write a song about, like, if I'm honest. Because I don't really hear people talking about animals in songs. So it's great to hear that from Zhang Yu-sheng. Xin Da, thank you very much. Cheers for the donation. We've got, I hope you can buy some coffee to pick you up. It's been a long live stream. I will. So fun fact, I will do that. Cheers. It is upbeat at the beginning of this album, by the way. I'll get coffee after. It's upbeat at the beginning of this album, by the way. Good to know. And sup / how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to all of you to the live stream. It's good to have people here hanging out on a Saturday afternoon, listening to me listen to this. We've got track number 3 next. We're making our way through this album. It's a slightly longer live stream than usual, but that's okay because it's worth it, I think, at this point, considering what we've had so far. I think that the performance so far has been really solid. This next title of this album is titled Spiritual Light. So let us continue. I'm probably going to actually do this just to make it a little bit neater. There we go. It's lovely to have the strings like this. Lovely to have the strings like this. I mean, it's just such a lovely symphonic backing with the brass and jazzy elements we've had before. It's great that we're bringing more sort of classical influences in. You know that Zhang Yu-sheng's got a whole bunch of toys in his toolbox, but now we're making the most of them, and that's dope. I mean, just that vibrato, that beautiful. Yeah, that's satisfying. We've got a lot of force behind the strings, the bass drums on the kick, and Zhang Yu-sheng's unison with the rest of the elements of the composition.
的情爱，被精确的困态，至情至性的身材，也被理智头取代。那回眸一笑的人啊，依然是我情不自禁。霎时灵光拨弄我心弦，甘美思绪如水泻，罗网交织出优美侧面，截取这大块的瞬间。但是
Great transition into the hook. I mean, I love the choir backing for these parts. I think it sounds very spiritual, like you're kind of in a church, if that makes sense. And the gradual development of the theme there with those light, mid-range, da 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 da, kind of matching the rhythm of some of the parts that go in that cascading hook line. That foreshadowing there is brilliant. It's a really uplifting theme, very different to what we've had before, but then it still feels connected. Oh, bring the brass back in, trumpet. The Hallelujah part, where the choir came in, and it had some motifs or melodies that are familiar to me from other pieces there, kind of sampled into it, making it into a track of his own. That's like not an easy thing to do. And he managed to sneak guitars in there too. And his head voice is angelic, isn't it? Have we talked about who plays the piano in this yet? Who's playing the piano? Because it's almost like we've got musicians here who are just like... Like, we could just play simple arpeggios here, but we're really resorting to extending the possibilities of what we can fit in there, but we're finding that sweet spot between the right amount and overplaying. And it's just like... It's almost like this is academic. As if we're trying to incorporate some of the classical or Baroque influences that we're trying to sort of encapsulate, but whilst sticking to our sort of kind of rockish kind of roots there with some pop modalities and such, you know? His band is phenomenal. There is not a weak performer in there, you know? His band is incredible, you know? Though to be fair, with a musician as talented as Zhang Yu-sheng, you really cannot afford to have musicians who are not as good or who are not at the same level, because it's just not going to be able to keep up. And there's such a great understanding of how to have unison with the rest of the ingredients within these compositions that you genuinely get the feeling just by listening to it that everyone within that performance was in tune with one another. You didn't get the indication that like Zhang was trying to be the center of attention over top of everyone else. The backing vocalists alongside him, the guitar and bass drum parts and the keys kind of flirting over everything else. And then of course we've had car crashes in the song so far. We've had all sorts of other cool things go on we're not just making songs as well, we're including Foley and such. It's a very mature album from Zhang Yu-sheng. It's great so far. Having a good time with it. Elsie says, don't want to overhype it. The first 3 tracks is actually my least favorite. The least favorite part. That's wild, man. So I suppose it just goes up from here, right? At least in terms of like personal opinion. Because if that's the case, then that's cool. Thank you, Elsie. The pianist is named Ricky Ho. Well, Ricky is a phenomenal musician. It's great to hear them. It's great to hear them, man. Lots of time for them. All the time in the world for people who can play that well. And again, with Zhang Yu-sheng being as talented as they are, and this isn't me saying it because I feel like I have to. I've heard the guy enough to know he was a really special musician. But yeah, excellent. Track number 4 though is titled "The Length of Yonggong Street." Track number 4. We've had jazzy influences, sort of more classical oriented stuff. I'm wondering what this next one is going to be like. I'm excited. It was also important to note that I think that previous track had lyrics in it, so if they were lyrics and not descriptions. So I am wondering if we'll have lyrics from now on. I'm not sure. You guys will let me know. But let us continue with The Length of Yonggong Street. I love the combination of the synths, those swirling arpeggios we had before. Incredibly atmospheric with the talk over as well. The voiceover. It's charming, dude. To be able to get the shred that clean on a steel string is tremendous. Great bluesy chops. I'm sorry to pause. I just want to shout out Zhang Yu-sheng for how fascinating this track is so far. It's making great use of the almost 10 minutes. You have like the voiceover, like the synths, the steel string, and then like the kind of the guitar parts and all that. And now you just have some dude singing his heart out with the kind of clipping guitar tone. So raw, man. I like this one a lot. Great use of stereo panning and automation there. This is going to be something kind of special, isn't it?
他只在附近游荡，全村的人都知道他。我喜欢这样称呼他，说他是永公街的街长。
I love him when he does stuff like this.
他不吃，也不是傻瓜，他不狂，也不常说话。他的世界里用着吊诡文法，他是永公街的街长。
I love it. You guys, we haven't really ever done like long form tracks on the channel because I typically have like a 7-minute limit on even the Patreon videos, right? But, oh, dude, I'm loving that we get to listen to this today. It's so great to hear Zhang Yu-sheng over a longer form factor, you know? It's great that he's experimenting. I'm so glad that we got to hear it. It's really cool. Love the guitars, voice. Yeah. Oh. Great use of saxophone, dude. Change the groove. Oh man. That groove, dude. Oh. No. We're not moving forward until we talk about that. We had an incredible saxophone solo after a thoroughly uplifting chorus line. Then we just have the shred of anything. Wow, though. The guitar shred. That was those 30-second notes. And then we just bring it back in with some bass stuff, fancy stuff, going back into the chorus now. What is this, man? Yeah, bring it down. Bring it down. Ah, my lord. This was an experience, wasn't it? Is he going into whistle voice there? Like, is he going into the high octave there as a backing? And the synths are a fun accompaniment for sure. That was probably one of the best songs that I have heard in that form factor, full stop. I know it's hard to quantify because, you know, what does that even mean? One of the best songs I've heard in that form factor. When I just very quickly, when I review music, I typically tell people to make a song between 2 and 4 minutes because I don't think, especially when people are starting out, that they should be making long songs, because making a long song is incredibly difficult. There are just so many ways that you can make a complete. It's really difficult to make long songs good. The way that Zhang Yu-sheng did this, where he put lots of different scenes and vibes and atmospheres and lots of different solo sections and he unified it with a common voice for freedom, for hope, right? That's a really special thing to me, because you've got someone who looks at that 10 minutes and goes, okay, 1 minute of this, 1 minute of that. Alone, the things sound great, but to connect them like that is incredibly special. I don't understand what any of it was about because I don't understand the language, but I enjoyed it a lot. I can only imagine how phenomenal it must be. You know, for people who can understand the language natively, you are in an incredibly lucky. If you can understand this natively, if you can understand the words, you're incredibly lucky, and I envy you for that. But I am nonetheless pleased and privileged to have heard this album. It's incredible. Thank you to all of you who have recommended I check out this album. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I want to respond to something that Shen Yida said. Shen Yida said, it's a good thing I lived long enough to see what Logan had to say about Zhang Yu-sheng. Shen Yida, thank you very much for those kind words. I am also pleased that I have lived long enough to be able to check out his music. I am glad that he released and recorded it. Blue Dinnerbox says, to be honest, I'm not a fan of his vocals, my personal preference, but the instrument part is phenomenal. Yeah, I feel you on that, Blue Dinnerbox, for sure. Mayor Yonkwa City says, no, that voice is a soprano. Thank you very much. The fact that he knew to put soprano there is just something else, man. It's just wild. Elsie says, no fillers in a 10-minute track. Absolutely no fillers whatsoever. Jimmy Sun says, from his music, it can be seen that he is very selfless, so he started rock later on. Yeah, he did, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And then finally, Shin Yuda says, I can now understand. What I mean by wouldn't have it any other way, I mean, I think that Zhang Yu-sheng understood. Zhang Yu-sheng understood that he needed to kind of balance the needs of other people and himself when he wrote music. But I'm very glad, that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. But I'm nonetheless glad that he branched out and tried a lot of other styles because it worked. I don't think there's a style that Zhang Yu-sheng couldn't have pulled off in any way. I think he was just that talented. Shin Yuda says, I can only now understand why the album sold only 20,000 copies because there was so much experimentation and people couldn't accept the style of music at the time. No, I don't think they could. I think in the 90s, when this was released, Western audiences who had had progressive rock for around 20 years couldn't have gotten their heads around it. Hell, I don't think many audiences nowadays could get their head around this, but I think that's simply because a lot of music is pre-packaged, it's safe for work, it's meant to be easy to consume and absorb, and it's different because of that. I think that making things overly complicated can be a detriment, but with Zhang Yu-sheng, he knew not only to write incredibly varied and intricate music with phenomenal instrumental performances and messages that really mattered, but he also knew how to do it in a way that was accessible. And I think someone mentioned earlier on, Jimmy Sun says, I think this is not only for one person, but also for the kindness of people. I think that I agree. It seemed like he was calling out for people for a sense of one and unity, whatever your place in the world. And I think that's a wonderful message. So we're going to continue with track number 5. Having a great time so far. Phenomenal music, dude. Midnight Musings. Complete departure from what we had previously.
好一阵山风，好一轮秋月，好一个梦般刺眼，细存我们的是非。
The lounge jazz vibe is seductive. He doesn't allow you to pause. He has his he hangs over to the next part. It's such clever vocal technique because if you just have if a word finishing, there's a pause and then it's so much less smooth, you know. It's really clever stuff. There's very little filler. It's just a guy on his piano singing his truth.
念这什么只是虚构。
Great use of complexity with those.
夜的伤痛
Oh, why has this not got more attention? It's gorgeous. It sounds like a Disney soundtrack. It's so authentically warm and caring. It's like a cuddly blanket. Great call and response between the two elements, the other two halves.
狂热的自由，冰冷的紧握，在这个绝美夜色，崩溃成我的脆弱。曾经一场梦。虚无缥缈中，混沌间浮动，一路醒来，像在森林里游走，野火般婆娑，天空般宽容，恰似波浪摆荡，聚合又散落，创造而无有。 经不起的是什么？可念着什么？只是虚构。
I love da da da, but he goes up, but then the chord goes boom, da 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 boom. There's a counterpoint. They're going in opposite directions. It creates an interesting kind of. It's like peaceful, but is it? You know, it's an interesting question posed by the music there. It's so smooth up until the staccato bits. Definitely some jazz in there, absolutely, Jimmy Sun. 99% of this is jazz. Oh, it's... It's an electric bass. I don't think he's using a double bass for this, which is fine. How many people were in Zhang Yu-sheng's band for this? How many musicians did he have on board? Because nowadays you can get people to like... You can play a lot of these parts on a keyboard and use samples through like digital audio workshops. Oboe! See, I used to play the oboe. I actually used to play it. I would like to get another oboe at some point. The oboe is a beautiful instrument, my dudes and dudettes. I would recommend the oboe, you know. Thank you, Paul7931. And that lovely warmth coming in with those strings at the end. Zhang Yu-sheng really knows how to commit to a vibe. He completely changed his approach to this vocally from the previous track where he was elevated This is a lot more smooth and somber to go alongside, you know, the woodwinds, the brass, saxophone parts. I think there were some sax parts in there, the strings, the brushes on the drums. This is basically Zhang Yu-sheng flexing his compositional muscle here, like overtime. And I'm totally for it, man. Midnight Musings, it sounded like he was singing at midnight. You know what I mean? Shin Yida says it was a time and place where classical music was the norm, as it was for Jay, for example. It was because they were the trailblazers of their generation. So people after them started listening to Jay's music as inspiration. Well, thank you for letting me know that, Shin Yida. I was not aware of that, but that's dope. That's cool. Classical music, we didn't really have a lot of that in like the Western, like in New Zealand. It was mostly like kind of pop and alt rock at that point, I think, but like, and then hip hop, but like that's awesome, man. I mean, of course he was ahead of his time. I'm not surprised. And Jimmy Sun says, yeah, Jay also has some feelings like him. Well, good to know. I wouldn't be surprised if Jay wasn't influenced by Zhang Yu-sheng in some form or another. It's great music, you know. Anyways, we got track number 6 next. Just phenomenal time with this album so far. Like, it's honestly so good to revisit his stuff. No, stop. Just hang on. Let me put that down a little bit. Good. And then put that up. Oh, man. Yeah. We did it. This next one is titled Brother. Let us continue. The other one didn't have lyrics, by the way, so apologies for that. This one has lyrics, so there you go. A little bit more upbeat with the guitar strummed like that. It's on the left side as well, so he's just single tracking it. We've heard this one before. I'm pretty sure that I've reviewed this. I've heard this one before. I know this one. Now I can get excited. Oh. Yeah, I know this one. Oh, good. Oh, goody. The heavily chorused reverb guitars with the vocals. Organ. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, man. I mean, I think this classic rock is up there with the best, without exception. Nice panning there.
兄弟啊，我有多么的爱你，虽然蹉跎至今不敢表明。兄弟啊，我有多么关心你，虽然聚少离多难以亲近。兄弟啊，我有多么的爱你，只是藏在心里，看在眼里。兄弟啊，我有多么在乎你，因为失去要比拥有容易。
I mean, like the ferocity of the vocal performance is there. The audio engineering in this track is particularly fascinating to me. The tightness of the rhythm guitars, with the clarity of the vocals, the bass and the drums, and the organs coming in there. It's charming, it's eloquent, and it's definitely rock. It's How many leads do we have? And the double kicks. Great double tracking of those. I heard that last guitar part, by the way, with him going and then they faded out on that. I adore it. Great song. Great song. I have reviewed Brother before. Thank you to Jimmy Sun for reminding me about that. I first time I heard this track, I was just blown away by how much it encapsulated the 70s and the 80s with the rock music from that period. It's just so loyal to that. I mean, I'm not sure either, Jimmy Sun, but if it is, then let him have it, man. It's chill, you know. It's cool. Absolutely nice guitar, man. Nice guitar. Phenomenal guitar. The instrumental performances within the song have been so tight, man. I mean, it's just there's a song that I like that's my favorite from Zhang Yu-sheng. And you guys know what it is, because every time I hear it, I cry because of how beautiful it is. I'm wondering if it's in this album. I'm wondering if it is. I have a feeling it might be. I think we're going to come across it today. I might be wrong, but we're going to see. Okay, just that was great vocals, incredible high notes by Zhang Yu-sheng there, coupled with like tantalizing sort of guitar, bass, and drum parts there. Really, no weak points, man. No weak points at all. It's good stuff. But this is track number 7. This Year, This Night. Continuing on from that. It's just another flex of his style. He's so versatile, you know? This Year, This Night. It was in the other album. Damn it. Damn it, I love River. But it's okay, because we've already reviewed it. I like River, man. That's my favorite, one of my favorite songs, dude. One of my favorite songs of all time, man. It's okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'm excited to hear the rest of the album regardless. They just would have been bonus points, alright? Is that more oboe? Oh man, it's just so wild, all the shifts we go through genre-wise. I mean, it just starts so elegantly, and it's so quiet and kind of fragile and like, very pretty sounding. He really knows how to encapsulate the mood he wants within his music to create a picture. Yeah, even the drums are more subtle. Is there a difference in the perceived loudness between this track and the previous, like Brother? Because Brother sounded a hell of a lot louder than this. Were they mastered within the same album? Were they mastered to be different loudnesses? That's an interesting choice if that's the case. Great development of this theme. No, it's I'm getting confused with something else. Great answering with the cello at the end. Yeah, he's really good at constructing these vocal melodies that loop well into each other and also move sweetly between the different structures of a track. And just, it's so subtle how he adds stuff as he goes along. It never, unless obviously he's doing it to be sort of more pointed, but he just, yeah. Yeah. Who's talking here? Great use of the marching drums. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, thank you for that. There are a few questions you guys have answered in the chat that I want to address in a moment. Yeah, I think that WSXEDC Kaz says the song incorporates Ravel's Bolero. Thank you. I was wondering if that was the case. I did recognize that theme there in the interlude section. I think what was great is that we still found a little bit of a niche to include something new, like with the marching drums. Dun. You know, it's almost like opera, isn't it? It kind of reminds me of like operas like Carmen, etc. It's wonderful. So we're going for a theatrical kind of vibe with it. And I would love to look at the lyrics for this album, the English ones. If you guys do know where like someone can find the English translations for this album, feel free to send them through via the Discord. That'd be great. Hang on a minute. I just want to do something really quickly. Can I do it if I move it over here? I want to make sure that it's not going to cause issues. Can I don't think I can. Never mind. I'm going to have to do this in post. We'll sort it out later on. It's okay. Tom lyrics are very good. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. The marching drums, the triplet feel with the piano parts as well, the twinkles and the arpeggios are gorgeous. All in all, I like the warmth as well of Tom and the backing vocalists in the outro section. It was very welcoming, and it makes me genuinely curious about what this track is about. You know, it genuinely is. I'm very impressed. It's just more solid stuff from them. I think the dynamic range in this recording overall is glorious. I'm still kind of confused about the differences in the output levels with the various tracks and how they've been mastered, but I think maybe they're wanting more of a live sound rather than like being pushed in the limiter in every single time, you know, to 12 LUFS or something ridiculous. But anyways, just quickly going to chat. The melody and lyrics of the song are very beautiful. Thank you, Paul. I agree. If I understood the lyrics, I would love to know. Yeah. And Tom was talking. It's good to know. We're going to continue though. We're making our way through this album. Thank you for being a part of this live stream so far. We've got 6 tracks to go. 6 to go. Including a very big one at the end. So we're going to get to there in a moment. But we've got track 8 now, which is, I understand it, if I'm not incorrect, is titled, according to DeepL anyways, this track is My Heart is Burning. So it could be a song about heartache. You know? But we will find out. Oh. Okay. Do what? Another style we're experimenting with today, apparently. This sounds louder than the previous track, and the previous track sounded quieter than the 6th one. I am suspicious of it. I think there are some... I'm wondering if these are the original off of the CD or not. You know? You know what I mean? I'm suspicious of whether all these tracks were mastered to the same loudness and limiter or whether they're different versions. And sup, Jacob, how you doing?
你在等。要可乐，或咖啡，让我来陪你漫谈一夜。
You're definitely bluesy for sure.
真似假，假似真，你何苦要追问？你不需求证。
Oh, that unusual chord there.
天天下，
Clever.
天天都一样。我用热情怀抱希望。爱的话，我无处可藏。你想一想，要怎样才能够摸索出世界的表达？
I mean, his vocal technique is phenomenal. The way he holds those notes elegantly with the dual wops coming in the background, or like some pending dual wops, are great. Going into that hook line, that chord, that kind of really kind of gritty, distorted kind of whoosh, and then he kind of ascends upwards into that hook with the arpeggio and the guitar there, and just everything else cascade ascends with him, and it's just it's transcendent. I like that we didn't go if we're going to be doing blues. I'm glad we didn't go for the 12-bar stuff. It sizzles. Such freshness with the guitar tone as well, man. My goodness.
累不累？你倦不倦？让我来为你跳动心弦。
Is there like a woman? Is there like a woman talking in his equivalent response in the second verse section? Is that the person that he's heartbroken over? By the way, sorry, guys. We have lyrics. We have lyrics here. Apologies. I didn't see it. We're all good though, okay?
不必再等。要可乐，或咖啡，让我来陪你卡拉 OK。这是假，假似真，你何苦要追问？你不需求证。
I want to commend Zhang Yu-sheng for that. It's impressive. Not gonna lie, to just go from that really kind of serious motif into just playfulness with the woman giving her side of the story, I suppose. With the kind of cutesy, kind of comedic sounding instruments. Is it the whack, you know? How do I describe how that sounds without? I don't know if it was meant to sound that way. There's like a youthfulness and an innocence to the way she's saying stuff.
天天想，天天都一样。
Almost there's a sense of humor to it, maybe. I don't know.
用热情怀抱希望。爱的话，我无处可藏。你想一想，要怎样才能够摸索出世界的表达？
Yeah, such tension here, such drama. Yeah.
我的心在发
Slaps, dude. It's wonderful.
想要陪你启程，我的心在发烫，想要陪你一起唱。
I suppose the do-wop, the boop, 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 boom. You know, that is meant to be more of a playful thing, so I get the humor element to it. Just the drama to the bum, bum, dun, 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 and he does it like a fourth time, and he does a fifth time, and it's just bam into that hook. And those chops, my goodness. I'm sorry, no, we're not gonna just go to no, we're not going into the next track yet. Did they just like come together at the end and harmonize after their various verses together? Did they harmonize at like the start, at top of their ranges? And finish on a bluesy note that cascaded with like that was wonderful, man. Wonderful. I mean, I have no real complaints about it. I think that was a tremendous bluesy track. I'm not surprised that we're going for an angle like this, considering the other tracks I've heard from Zhang Yu-sheng, but he plays it really well, and his band is a phenomenal effort. And apparently, according to Jimmy Sun, that is Matilda Tao. Yeah. Matilda Tao. So Matilda Tao was a great addition to that. Well done. Good choice. Jacob Good says, I came in here thinking it will be a good song. It's incredible, like one of the best blues songs I've heard. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'd say it's pretty damn good. I haven't heard enough blues to say it's one of the best that I've heard, but actually that's a really dumb thing to say. I'm more of a purist with blues. If I'm hearing the blues, I need it to be really depressing. I need it to be like the old school blues. That's what I need from blues. But he's doing incredibly well with it, and I still think it's a fantastic piece that fits well within the genre. For sure. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know the lyrics, so I don't know how bluesy it is. Do you know what I mean? A lot of blues is in the story that's being told alongside it. But anyways, it's more like contemporary blues, right? And that element, it's phenomenal. Great stuff. And doo-wop like David Tao. Oh, does David Tao do the doo-wop kind of stuff? Because that was a style from like the 1940s, I think. Doo-wop. 1950s, 1960s, like at that time. It's been around for a long time, dudes. But anyways, that was track number 8. We've got number 9 now. What do we got next after My Heart is Burning? Hindsight. Back from the start.
你披星戴月，你不辞冰雪，你穿过山野，来到我的心田，你像远在天边。又似近在眼前，直到宠溺心间，我才后知后觉。我不知颓废，你宽容慈悲，我的展翅高飞。
Just for the track to have a minute 25 of just Zhang Yu-sheng by himself, and then for the rest of the choir of various freaky ranges to come in, created some fantastic, lovely, warm pad effect on the sides. Even if I don't understand a word that's being said, I still love how it sounds. You know, and the occasional hand drums are just the icing on the cake. Oh, bringing in. Oh.
啊，你披星戴月，你不辞冰雪，你穿过山野，来到我的心田，你像远在天边，有丝近在眼前，直到终于心间，我才后知后觉。
I mean, like, let's just take a moment to appreciate the minimalism of it in contrast to a lot of the other stuff we've had so far, like just guitar, bass, drums, choir, Zhang. That's it, basically. And I think it works well. It's predominantly about the storytelling between the call and response with Zhang and the backings. A little bit of brass there, nice. You have to say this about Zhang Yu-sheng. He does have a very distinctive voice, doesn't he? Like, I pick him out of a field a mile away when I hear stuff like this. Hello. We had like 3 fake outs there with that outro. 1, 2, 3. Great. In comparison to most of everything else we've had, this feels very like... Is this the single that he released? That must have been the single that he released for it. It was the shortest one on the list. He would have needed a shorter one, right? Like, that must be the single he was using. It's tremendous. I like the direction they took here. I like how it's distinct from the rest of the album, tracks on the album, which is therefore indicative of what the rest of the album is probably going to sound like. But that we also kept his vocal ability in there. The drumming was incredible. The variety with the very sort of tom fills and sort of like cymbal hits and stuff. It's great. And it sounded nice and warm and loving and caring. Hindsight. Yeah, it's great. Again, another solo track. I'm kind of glad there was a shorter one, just simply for the accessibility. Because even though he's made like songs that I think are really accessible to people who are maybe not so keen on listening to long form stuff, I still am nonetheless appreciative of the fact that he's trying to make one that's shorter. Just going to quickly check chat before we continue. We're making good time, guys. We're making good time. Jacob says those vocals are really punchy. I agree. Now, who do we have in the chat here? I'm pretty sure you've come in because I recognize the symbols. Ding Lu Yang. Sup? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Elsie, I don't know why when Zhang goes over the top with his vocals, I'm not annoyed at all. I love it. It's great. That's awesome. His most well-known song is track 12, so that's probably the single. Oh, okay, cool then. Oh, yeah, because there's a lot of songs that are released in this part of the world are how do I describe it? They're longer than a lot of the radio singles that we had in like the western parts over in the 90s. You know, a lot of the time though, the radio singles like in places like the States and New Zealand, for example, were like 3 or 4 minutes, whereas like I think in other parts it was like 5.5 minutes. You know. And who do we have here as well? Because I've seen you a few times, my dude. Or dudette. Who is this? Grassland. Sup, Grassland. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Jimmy Sun. Well, we'll get to the next song in a moment, Jimmy Sun. No worries. Because he doesn't prolong it, usually his over-the-top warrants it because he's patient not to come in with intense vocals from the start. That's what pulls it off. And who do we have here? I'm just going to put this in. And then the bow tie. And then the bow tie, yeah. The bow tie. I'm not sure who the bow tie is. Are we talking about... Oh, cool. Jay Chow is in New Zealand today and recommends some fun places on Instagram. That's cool. That's awesome. Hopefully Jay Chow has a nice stay in New Zealand and people enjoy, if there's a concert, they enjoy watching him. Hopefully it's a great time, you know? I'd like to meet Jay Chow. I think it'd be cool to hang with him. Just to hear how he feels about his music career, you know? Like, honestly, you know? But today we're listening to Zhang Yu-sheng. What is track number 10? Bow tie. Oh, the next song's Bow tie. Let's go. Bow tie. Thank you, Grassland. Bow tie. I think it's beautiful, dude. Really. This sounds quieter than the other tracks on the album. I do think there was some inconsistency with the version that's uploaded to Spotify. Like from a mastering perspective. Bringing the strings up, good, good. It's nice to just have the strings of Zhang, actually. Oh no, never mind. There is just a lot of dynamic range to this recording. I think it is the same loudness. It's just when the drums and the guitar come in, it really kicks up in terms of perceived loudness, I suppose. It would have been phenomenal to see how they recorded this, you know.
圈，再转过一圈，终于还是回到玻璃橱窗前。想把
Sorry, I'm going to deny you guys the chorus. I want to talk about something I hear in tracks that's very effective. If you're writing a song, usually you have verses or bridges crafted in groups of 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. Boom boom. So basically, I had a 5th bar in there, and that helps kind of the listener's expectations are averted. Makes it more engaging because you're like, oh, there's drums now. He's holding a note over that passage. Oh. Oh. Hi, guys. Oh. It's all right. It's all good. Hang on, I'll check. All right. Yeah. So where are we up to at the moment? Huh? Where is it? Let me go live, guys. I just need a moment. I just want to figure out what's going on here. I can't see where it says, oh no, we're here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah. Track and then continue. Yeah, it's all right. So you guys can't see this at this point, but I just want to finish this review anyways. Unblock, win. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably have to upload this. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's okay now. Well, I guess you guys are watching this part. I may have to upload another version, but we'll see how it goes. I'm glad we figured that out, though. That was a bit spooky, wasn't it? Getting cut short like that. So let's just talk about that really classy little guitar solo that we had here, and amongst everything else. We got anthemic lyrics from Zhang Yu-sheng there. We've got, what else have we got? We had great sort of drum fills that are kind of par for the course with the rest of the album. Everything it's sort of more of a catchy tune, this one. I like the fact that even though we started more quietly, we've brought it up in the ballad format. I think that's really meaningful. It works well. It can handle anything we throw at him at this point. But yeah, let me know if it gets blocked again and we'll go from there, okay? That's great. We're getting a fade out here. And lots more sort of tremolo work there. A little bit of slidey stuff, some shred at the end. I really sort of like sort of practical, kind of easy to follow along to chord progression there. But aside from that, it's good. WSXED says, Kraz says, the song expresses lovers who leave. Apparently, bow tie. Is it like the bow tie being pulled apart or something like that? Is that it? I'm curious. But hopefully you guys didn't miss too much of the song. I apologize if you did. 5 F5s in one sentence. That's pretty wild, to be fair. Yeah, that was definitely more of his kind of traditional ballad format. It's blocked again. All right. I'm just going to talk in the meantime. So, I get it. I'm just going to have a little talk. You guys might come in at some point if you can see this. I get it that major labels don't want people to play their songs during videos and live streams, but in my opinion, wouldn't it rather just make sense for you to just take the money from the live stream? You know, why stop people from being able to watch something altogether just because you want to just because you want to it's a net loss basically in my opinion when they block it. I'm not gonna rush, it's okay. Like I'm just gonna wait. Like let me know when unblocked you can see me. Let me know when you can see me. We're just going to move on to the next track, but I just don't understand why labels do it. Like, this isn't me complaining just because, lol, it's fun to complain. It's a net loss because they lose people able to watch this stuff. Because as if people are going to know to watch this stuff without being explicitly told it. Whereas I could have people that come into this live stream and be like, oh, wow, you know, this is some really cool music. But because of one song they wanted to block out of an entire album, the album just gets removed. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, guys. We're going to continue, though, with track 11. Bow Tie, track 10 was a great song. It's just a shame they blocked it. But anyways, we're not going to focus on that. We're doing really well. We've gotten through 10 tracks today. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you very much for letting me know. I appreciate when you guys communicate with me and let me know what's going on. It's cool. Because again, if this is the thing, when you don't have people you can talk to while you live stream, you just have no clue what's going on, really. Because my screen showing what's going on is on this side. And basically, because I have zoomed in on the chat and YouTube so that it's a bit more visible on the screen here, it also zooms in on the YouTube app for some reason on a separate window. So it's just a very weird system they have. So I can't see the info properly on the other side. So I don't know if it's going or not. I can't see if it's blocked on my end. So thank you for telling me. But anyways, we're going to continue with track number 11 because apparently we're being a little bit cheeky with the copyright blocks. So we're going to go with Can You Keep Up With Me, track number 11. Here we are. Listening time. Some acoustic blues. Excellent. Hi OMC, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, you are a little bit late. It's okay, don't feel bad, it's all good. You can watch it after. I mean, I love that it's just Zhang Yu-sheng and a guitar. We had Zhang Yu-sheng and a piano before, and that was lovely and very intimate. And this is definitely something. This is another perspective of him simply kind of vibing on his own there, trying to kind of communicate with the audience. It's a great insight, you know? Fantastic head voice there. Is there a guitar that's out of tune there? One of those strings on those guitars is out of tune. Yeah, I'm wondering, it's weird that like the tracks would suddenly I'm wondering if we'll continue with it. We'll continue with it. I don't think I've had a copyright block. Yeah, okay. Copyright audio. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I think basically what I'll do is I'll just keep playing. Yeah, I'm just going to continue reviewing it just because I want to kind of get through this and make sure that it's not too disjointed for people when they watch it. If they're going to block it, that's just what they're going to do. That's fine, but yeah. We're just going to have to do what we can, really, you know? Yep, fantastic falsetto there. Head voice is sensational. Am I getting an email from them about any copyright blocks or something like that? Oh, okay, cool. So, right. Phenomenal musicianship. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to be careful about this, I think. Although it's saying that there's not a second one. Yeah. I mean, this guitar playing is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I am paying attention to it. And those natural harmonics. Fantastic vocal run there. He holds just as much power, regardless of whether he has a big band behind him or it's just him as his guitar or just him as a piano. And that's what I love about Zhang Yu-sheng. A lot of the power of this music is his voice and the lyrics and the stories that go with it. But it's also just, he understands that he needs to kind of switch up how he plays things, going between like melodic parts to strum parts to arpeggios, etc. Yeah, it's tremendous. So I want to quickly show you guys an email that I have here. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see this. It says, your copyright live stream copyright notice. Your stream was interrupted. So they're emailing me now about it. So like I go by YouTube about it. Lol. But if it gets blocked again, I'll need to just keep going so that it doesn't get blocked. This high note activates the copyright canon. Nice. When Zhang Yu-sheng yeah, we're going to be able to do this. Like, what you guys need to be aware of is that I can just put this on the Patreon. I don't want to have to put it on the Patreon because I shouldn't need to put it on the Patreon, but I will do this. Full version on Patreon. If it gets blocked on YouTube, I'll have to edit out the blocked tracks to get this live stream on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the full version on Patreon just so that I have a full version of it on there. I don't want to put it behind a paywall, but like it's just I can't put the whole thing on YouTube. YouTube just won't allow it. So yeah, basically it's not a look at me, I'm being opportunistic thing. I do that with other stuff I do, like the fan requests, you know. No dramas though, it's all good. We're gonna continue, guys. Track number 12. Actually, what am I doing? Okay. Let's take a break. Let's take a breath. We're doing well for time. We've got 2 more tracks to go. 2 more tracks to go, okay? We have got number 12, okay? We're good. If anyone's like, why are things being blocked? Just like, you know, that's why. It's because YouTube is unhappy because I'm playing some of Zhang Yu-sheng's tracks. I would expect for this next song to be blocked as well, considering it is by far the biggest song on the album in terms of views. But we will see. But this is I Look Forward to, track 12, and you guys are totally welcome. Thank you for coming and watching the live stream. You guys are not only responsible for, like, you know, being a part of the live stream and helping me figure stuff out, but also I wouldn't have heard this music if it wasn't for you, you know? Basically, I'm just happy to be continuing with the live streams, and I like reviewing these albums on a weekly basis. By the way, for anyone who's interested, there is going to be a fan request live stream next weekend. It'll be the patron one, but I'll put that on the channel. It'll be all good, okay? But even if you're not on the Patreon, you'll still get to be a part of it. Don't worry. It's just I'm gonna have to make a video about it anyways because I want to do something different with the fan request for next time. But we'll figure that out. Don't worry about it. Number 12. I look forward to, okay? Good. Well then, hopefully they won't get blocked then. Thank you, Jimmy Sun. 2 more tracks. We're doing well, guys. Doing well, Shredders. He's a bit more conservative with the ballad formats in these last 2 tracks, eh? And bringing the strings in is such a classy move as well. Oh, it's tremendous. I like how he pauses there.
Say goodbye. 前前后后，迂迂回回的时辰。Say goodbye. Say goodbye. 昂首阔步，不留一丝遗憾。
Yeah, I'm just going to continue reviewing it. It's being very silly, isn't it? And the guitar solo coming in here on the lead strings is great. At least we had some of the track come through. Oh, it's a sassy little melody. Nice replacement for Zhang Yu-sheng stuff. Yes, I know that people are watching this, and at the moment, basically the experience for the live streamers at the moment, like for the people watching this live stream, because this is the full version, it's probably uploaded on Patreon. People will be watching a blank screen right now, and I apologize for that. There's just not a lot I can do about it, you know? I don't want to get all down about it. I'm sick of getting down about shit, you know? I can't be bothered with that. I just want to have a good time. Such an elegant re-entry back into it, you know? Yeah, my internet's fine. I got gigabit fiber in this place. It's still good, at least at this point. So basically, the main focal point of this track is effectively it's the vocals. His singing is basically what's kind of getting everyone sort of like interested in this. I think that the drum playing, the pianos, the guitars, etc., throughout the rest of this album have been so kind of like ridiculous that it's almost disenchanting to come down from that high with all the ridiculously incredible performances. But I like the fact that they know to kind of pocket to allow Zhang Yu-sheng to tell the story of the say goodbye part, you know? I would like there to be more diversity with the I would like there to be more diversity with the hook line there. I think that this say goodbye part is being repeated quite a lot. I would have liked there to be more change there, but it's fine. It's interesting that the track that has the least instrumental variety, or least sort of lyrical variety, in my opinion, from what I understand of it, is the one that is the most popular. That's kind of testament to my internet and taste. I'm a bit of a contrarian, really, with how I feel about music nowadays, especially with this kind of stuff. I don't necessarily mind that, though. I think that's testament to Zhang Yu-sheng that they know how to make a hook line work for like half of a track, continue to be engaging to, you know. I mean, like, I'm stoked with it. I think it's a good time. I mean, like it's a wonderful ascending melody into that next section there. I think that it's brilliant. Some of the notes that Zhang Yu-sheng sings sometimes sound like they're a little bit forced, as if we're really trying to sort of push ourselves to hit them in a way that he thinks is like congruent with the rest of the element. And that could just simply be the way that he emotes more forcefully within a track. I don't know the guy, so I don't know how he acts or how he behaves in real life. Obviously, rest in peace. I never will, but he's still. I think his singing style is distinctive, and I appreciate what he's trying to do with it. A lot of the vocal runs in the song were fantastic, and in general, I just think that I can understand why this track is popular, and I also understand why I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular track because I've been spoiled with everything else across this album so far. I don't know when you guys are going to be back, the people on the live stream. I don't know if you guys are going to be back soon or not. I can imagine this is not particularly exciting for people watching a black screen, but again, it cannot be helped. I don't know if the last track will be blocked, but I guess that if the previous three have, this one will. It would be almost poetic if, like, I was to get a copyright strike for a Zhang Yu-sheng album after everything else, But nonetheless, Warner Music Taiwan Limited. I'm actually not surprised that Warner Music are doing this. I think Jacob mentioned it earlier on. Warner Music, they allow for people to have careers, but sometimes again they can be a little bit anal about the blocking stuff. Not nearly to the extent of some labels that will block you whatever you do, and a lot of musicians that were massive in like the 60s and 70s and stuff like that are not necessarily totally competent with the whole kind of allowing people to that people in the 60s and 70s aren't particularly bands from the 60s and 70s aren't particularly competent with the whole allowing people to watch their stuff without instantly blocking it thing. At the very least, a lot of labels will put a copyright claim on and they'll get a share of the revenues, which is fine because you're using their content for reaction or review material. But still, Blue Dinner Box says, hopefully I can watch the replay tomorrow. I hope you can too. I can't guarantee it'll be on YouTube tomorrow, but I will try. I'll probably come home in the afternoon tomorrow to drop stuff off and stuff, so I'll probably sort it out then. Can see now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. I'm going to level with you guys. I don't think we'll be able to get through this live stream without another block, considering it's been pretty consistent for the last 4. I don't know whether it's automatic or not, but the fact that it's only started after this means that there could be someone who's looking at it going, oh, this person is consistently, listening to these tracks in full, and I don't like that, so they're blocking them. I think they're aware that it's like a review. I literally say a live review of Shinida, of I don't know why I keep saying that. A live review of Zhang Yu-sheng, so they understand that I'm critiquing it. But yeah. Last track for today is Goodbye Orchids. So we're going to listen through this last track from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. And then we will have our conclusion, and then I'm going to get some food, because I'm starving, dude. I'm going to get some food. Don't know what time it is for you guys, but I'm hungry. The most catastrophic live broadcast in history. Fair call. Oh, bring the piano? Oh. Is this going to be metal? Oh, big finish?
谁从山中来，还带着兰花草，也曾经灌溉，还长得一园好。虽然经过许多年，亲人其实渐湮灭，我就是不能忘掉那盆兰花草。我往山中。
Oh, the tone of those guitars, dude. There's just such a phenomenal amount of variety in this performance already. The fills there, the vocal runs, the guitars, the riffs, the chug, the string sections, everything in this. It's big, man. Oh, no. No, you guys don't get to see this. It's blocked again. No. Oh, no. Oh, that's rough. Let's review it. And I love this track, so you guys are... It's a bit rough. But I will put this on the Patreon. As if you guys are seeing this, you know it's gone on the Patreon. I just love how we have like a random string section, a little classical part there. Bam, 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 and it resolves really nicely with the minor interlude. What else are we going to have? Twin guitars. Slap. Oh, dude. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I just realized we've had lyrics this entire time, haven't we? Big finish. Reggae! We finally have reggae in here, guys. I'm surprised it took this long to get into the reggae.